Well, when I first entered into community corrections, um, I wasn't sure. I didn't have much hope. I definitely didn't have much hope for my future. Um, you know, I've been in the legal system since I was 11. I've been on paperwork until I was, you know, uh, 42, and I didn't see it as an opportunity. I actually was um, quite fearful, and you know, uh, I really didn't think that I was going to make it actually, but uh, you know, I did what I had to, and uh, it really helped. It really helped me transition into my job and the property that I bought and everything. It was a good stepping stone for everything I needed getting out of prison, especially losing both my parents. Uh, I didn't have any support, so it gave me that a little bit of you know of a contingency plan to begin to have a real plan. It's a great tool. It's not. I didn't feel positive about it. I didn't feel negative about it, but I realized it was a tool that I could utilize to gain ground and get somewhere in life. It's essential for somebody to have a place to go and call home and be able to shower and shave, and get ready for work, and you know have the necessary items that you need to proceed in life to gain ground. And uh, ATC gave me that. I mean, my counselor, Brittany Turner, she really she helped me through a lot. Everybody that knew me knew that I was quite apt to go off the deep end once my mom died. Everybody's worried I was going to start drinking and using drugs again and just kind of blow off all the ground that I had gained in life. But uh, you know, uh, MRT helps you realize, either you're going to start making good choices or all of the bad choices are still to continue to destroy you and take you further back in life, or you're going to learn from some of those mistakes and you're going to proceed as best as you can throughout any situation without, getting emotional or drinking or using drugs and backsliding to a point of, homelessness and addiction and all of that. MRT was pretty good. I suffered from, you know, a lot of anger throughout my childhood and everything. So um, anger management kind of helped. And uh, one of the programs that helped the most, hiking class. Every 2 weeks on Saturday, one of the ATC members would take us out on a, 10, 15 mile hike on, designated hiking trails up in the mountains. And we learned a lot from him, and it was excellent. It was a good way to clear your mind and kind of recenter yourself and kind of ground yourself to make the best decisions in life. Being an ATC is excellent because of my personal experience. I've done 18 years in a cell. That kind of separation from society isn't good for people. I understand that a lot of people, deserve or may need that time away from society, but for your regular alcoholic, drug addict, not really criminal-minded person, um, you know, separation from society is the last thing that they need. ATC gives you that opportunity to not only have counseling and have a job and build on the skills of having a job and being counseled and making it through the next steps in life. I think that's much better for a lot of people that end up incarcerated, that get separated from society, and that is actually a detriment to them because having somebody there like a counselor to talk to and not being confined in one space for, 23 hours a day and so on and so forth. That's much more productive in trying to rehabilitate somebody than prison ever will. Anybody who's gone to prison or has done as much time as I have will tell you that there is nobody comes out of there better. Not a single person. It doesn't matter what walk of life you're in. You could be a blue collar crime or like one of the worst murderers. Once you go in there, you aren't coming out a better person. Rehabilitation isn't part of the prison motto anymore, or at least it shouldn't be, because uh, although there are good programs and there are excellent wardens and officers in there that actually do give a shit, there's just there's there's too much working against it, and there's too many factors that don't, add up into rehabilitation. It's super tough. For the most part, everybody wrote me off, and ATC gave me an opportunity to get my feet on the ground and have a stable income to actually be productive in modern day society. I would love to put on a suit and tie and go to Capitol Hill and talk to them about this, because from firsthand experience, doing 18 years of my life in prison and thinking that I was a lost soul and that, I had no hope for any type of future. Um, it's one of those things where a lot of people that go to jail, they're in certain social situations out on the streets, and then when they get put in jail, they need a nudge to go in the right direction for themselves. Not like, oh, you need to be a better person, and oh, you need to stop doing drugs or stop drinking and all that. Like, yeah, that'll come down the road, but given the opportunity, I think a lot of people would uh, like an opportunity at a real life. Paying taxes and paying bills and making it to Zoom calls on time. When you take the direction of putting them in jail or prison, it kind of steals their self worth and their drive, and then that just feeds on the whole criminal mindset of, well, since I'm here, I might as well go hard in the paint. And it's just one of those things where, given the opportunity to be separated from all their peers and all their friends and be put in some place where it's like, okay, you have to go get a job and you have to make decisions for your life and you have to be productive for yourself, then a lot of people will kind of separate themselves from the criminal mindset and be like, oh no, I do want to go on vacation to Hawaii, or I do want to experience things in life besides being a drug addled, homeless person, or a gang member. And I mean, given the opportunity, most people want something out of life. It's not like they have an intrinsic value or anything like that, but they just, everybody desires something in life. And using drugs and drinking yourself to death, or picking up a gun and doing all this stuff, that's giving up on yourself. And it's one of those things where it took me 25 years of my life and to really figure out that I wanted something out of life, because I'm glad I got my last opportunity. This was my last chance, and they were going to run me habitual and put me away for the rest of my life. But uh, I mean, given the opportunity, most people really, really want to gain something in life. I'm really for the whole ATC thing, and given, if you, at least if you give the person that opportunity to be like, okay, well, I'm going to go be a hardcore gang member. At least you gave them the opportunity to make a good decision. If you just throw them away for the rest of their life, or for 10 years, or even for 5, that'll destroy a human being. When you give them the opportunity to really seek out the good that they have left in their life, I think a lot of people would rather choose that. I love my life. I
Yeah.
like I like coming to work. I work 7 days a week, and given the opportunity, most people don't know how to change and actually produce something in their life worth fighting for. But in ATC, I know this sounds super, cliche, but they kind of help you build upon yourself emotionally and mentally and financially to gain steps in life, to where it's not like, oh, well, we're going to give you your last opportunity, best of luck. It's like somebody's sitting there watching you, you know, how you're doing mentally and how you're doing financially. And there's coaches where they're like, well, this is how you set up a budget. This is how you financially make it to owning a car and owning a piece of property and doing this and that. It's like the help that they provide helps people, you know, that don't know how to live a good life or, proceed in making good choices. They kind of help you do that. And I know that sounds like super childish of me to say, but at the base level, that's what it provides. It gives somebody some insight in how to live the correct life instead of just being like, okay, you better go live the correct life, otherwise we're going to put you away for the rest of your life. It's giving you some building blocks to make sure that you do everything right.